Chosen one, pause for a moment and breathe. This message did not find you by mistake. It is not a coincidence that you are hearing these words right now. God led you here because something in your spirit has been sensing movement. Unseen changes, unusual energy, a shift you can't explain with logic. You have felt moments of sudden heaviness, sudden clarity, sudden warfare, sudden peace, and sudden spiritual activity that you couldn't understand. Everything around you may look the same, but your spirit knows something is different. This message is your confirmation. Heaven is moving. The realm of the spirit is shifting, and every chosen one who is aligned will feel it before it becomes visible. Before we dive deep, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, because this message isn't just content. It's a divine confirmation for the chosen ones. And a heartfelt thank you to everyone who has been supporting through Super Thanks. God bless you richly. Your support, your presence, and your faithfulness do not go unnoticed. To all of you who continually watch, listen, and align, I am truly grateful. If your spirit feels this frequency, type 77 in the comments right now. That number isn't random, it is a sacred signal to the Most High, and to the universe that you're awake, aware, and ready to recognize the massive shift taking place in the spirit realm. By typing it, you're declaring, I am aligned, I am listening, I am prepared for what heaven is releasing. Not everyone will finish this message. Only the truly chosen, those who stay, will gain clarity, deeper awareness, and prophetic insight about the spiritual shift unfolding in this moment. This shift is not small. It is not subtle. It is rearranging atmospheres, breaking cycles, activating blessings, and positioning you for your next divine assignment. This isn't something you hear once and move on from. This is a living word, a spiritual blueprint, unfolding layer by layer. Return to it whenever your spirit pulls you back. Because every time you hear this message, another piece of divine revelation will rise up inside you. Chosen one, something massive is shifting in the spirit realm. And heaven led you here so you wouldn't miss it. Let's begin. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Whenever God prepares to elevate you, He never starts with the blessing itself. He starts with a whisper. A shift in your spirit always begins long before the shift in your circumstances. Heaven releases instruction before heaven releases manifestation. Right now, that instruction is pouring over your life like a fresh wind. You may not fully understand it yet, but your spirit does. This is why your dreams have changed their texture. They are no longer simple scattered night visions. They have become layered, symbolic, and heavy with meaning. Heaven is speaking in codes because your spirit is mature enough to interpret spiritual language. These dreams are guiding you toward what is coming next. They are preparing your heart, sharpening your awareness, and giving you clues about the road ahead. This is also why your intuition has sharpened dramatically. It's not random sensitivity, it's divine training. You're being positioned to hear God more clearly and quickly than before. The inner voice that used to be a whisper has now become a steady signal. What once felt like a soft nudge now feels like a strong pull. You might notice yourself being drawn to certain actions, cleaning your life, distancing yourself from certain people, pursuing new opportunities, making unusual decisions. You might even feel the urge to move in silence, to upgrade your habits, to change your environment. This is not you acting different. This is heaven adjusting your frequency. God is shifting your internal rhythm so you can align with the divine timing set for your elevation. You may feel a sudden dissatisfaction with the familiar, a deep urge to grow, a longing for isolation, or a craving for spiritual clarity. These are all part of the instruction. When heaven speaks, the soul becomes unsettled until the message is obeyed. God is pulling you out of expired cycles. He's separating you from anything that would interfere with your next chapter. He's closing doors you would have kept open out of comfort. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Your destiny requires a new level of attentiveness, discipline, and spiritual awareness. Your spirit is receiving downloads because the assignment tied to your life is increasing in weight. God needs you in Position, not distracted, not divided, not uncertain. He needs you ready. The rise in divine instruction is proof that something in the spirit realm has already shifted concerning your life. When angels begin to move, when heaven begins to reorganize, the first evidence is always internal before it becomes external. So pay close attention. Pay attention to the dreams that feel too real to ignore. Pay attention to the inner warnings that tell you don't go there. Pay attention to the repeated signs, scriptures, numbers, and moments that feel like déjà vu. Pay attention to what God keeps placing on your heart again and again. These instructions are not random signals. They are spiritual coordinates guiding you into destiny. They are divine road signs pointing you toward a major transition. They are heavenly whispers announcing that your old chapter is closing and a new one is unfolding. Chosen one, heaven is speaking louder than ever. This is not the time to move casually. This is the time to tune in, slow down, and listen with your spirit, not your ears. Chosen one, the realm around you is no longer still. Something in the atmosphere has changed. You may not see it with your natural eyes, but your spirit has already felt the shift. There is angelic movement surrounding your path, and it is happening because something major is unfolding in your life. This next phase you are stepping into is too big for you to walk through alone. Heaven knows the weight of the assignment on your life. And for that reason, divine assistance has been released. Angels have been dispatched to cover you, guide you, protect you, and strengthen you as you move into a season that carries great spiritual significance. Your protection has increased, your guidance has increased, your spiritual backing has increased, and your spirit has been picking up on these signals. This is why you've been feeling sudden urges to pray, sometimes without knowing what to pray for. Your spirit is responding to angelic presence. It is heaven's way of aligning you with what is happening behind the scenes. This is why you have been waking up at unusual hours. These early morning awakenings are not random. They are spiritual alerts, moments when the veil between realms feels thinner and divine communication becomes clearer. Heaven speaks when the world is quiet. This is also why you feel watched over even when you're alone. There is a sense of protection around you, a subtle awareness that you're not standing by yourself. That feeling is real. Angels do not stand far from those God is preparing to elevate. Chosen one, angels move strategically. They do not appear unless something significant is being prepared. Their presence is a sign that breakthrough is near, warfare is intensifying, and destiny is aligning in your favor. When heaven prepares to shift your life, your spiritual environment becomes active. Some of the pressure you've felt recently was not a sign of defeat, but a sign of spiritual activity increasing. The weight you sensed in certain moments was the atmosphere adjusting as angels took their positions around you. The peace you felt during times of chaos was divine covering. The clarity that suddenly entered your mind was angelic guidance redirecting your steps. This increase in angelic activity means that you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. It means that the enemy has noticed the shift and is trying to create resistance. And it means that heaven has responded with force, sending reinforcements so that nothing can hinder what is coming. Chosen one, the spiritual realm is not just shifting near you, it is shifting for you. You have support on every side. You have help in the unseen. You have protection surrounding you. You are not walking into this next chapter alone. Heaven is moving with you. Chosen one, when a major spiritual shift is taking place, one of the first things God strengthens within you is your discernment. This sharpening is not random, it is not accidental, it is intentional, necessary, and directly connected to the season you are stepping into. Recently, you may have noticed that your ability to sense people's intentions has become stronger, almost effortless. You can walk into a room and immediately feel when something is off. You can listen to someone speak and instantly detect whether their spirit aligns with yours or if their motives are hidden behind a smile. You don't need the full story to understand the truth. Your spirit picks it up before your mind does. This shift is not paranoia. It is spiritual awareness. It is an awakening. You are beginning to feel energy that doesn't match you. You're no longer comfortable around people or environments that drain you. Situations that once felt normal now feel heavy. And people you used to tolerate now feel spiritually unsafe. This is because your discernment is filtering out what cannot go with you into your next level. You can read situations without needing details. You can detect dishonesty without evidence. You can sense alignment without long explanations. This is happening because the next chapter of your destiny requires clarity. You cannot move forward blindly. You cannot afford to be misled, manipulated, or entangled in distractions. God is sharpening your spiritual senses so that nothing and no one can interfere with the path He is preparing for you. He is removing the fog from your spiritual vision. He is fine-tuning your instincts. He is upgrading your spiritual intelligence. And because of this, you will notice certain shifts. Suddenly, people who once seemed trustworthy will feel questionable. Suddenly, conversations that used to excite you will feel empty. Suddenly, someone's tone or energy will bother your spirit, even if their words sound right. These are all signs that your discernment is increasing. God is revealing who is truly for you and who is quietly against you. He is exposing hidden enemies, those who smiled in your face but carried envy or confusion in their hearts. He is highlighting divine connections, people whose presence align with your destiny and whose spirit resonates with yours. Your circle may get smaller, but your vision will get clearer. Discernment is not just a gift. In a spiritual shift, it becomes a weapon. It protects you from danger. It prevents wrong attachments. It shields your purpose from contamination. And it keeps you aligned with heaven's instructions. This sharpening of discernment is one of the most powerful signs that God is preparing you for greater. You are not the same spiritually. You are more alert, more aware, more sensitive, and more in tune with the voice of God. Chosen one, your spirit is growing sharper because your destiny is growing closer. Old cycles start collapsing with unusual speed. Patterns that once repeated themselves for years suddenly lose their grip. Things you tolerated without questioning now feel unbearable. Relationships you once fought to maintain now feel heavy. Environments you stayed in out of habit now feel spiritually suffocating. This is not coincidence. This is evidence that heaven has made a decision concerning your life. Suddenly you don't tolerate what you used to tolerate. Your spirit has outgrown certain behaviors, conversations, and connections. You can't pretend anymore. You can't shrink yourself to fit old spaces. You can't ignore the discomfort that rises when something or someone is no longer aligned with your purpose. Suddenly, you feel disconnected from certain people. Not because of anger, not because of conflict, but because your spirits no longer match. You've elevated inwardly, and they remained where they were. Even if they didn't do anything wrong, your paths are no longer intertwined. The distance you feel is spiritual, not personal. Suddenly, you lose desire for old habits. The things that once entertained you now feel empty. The patterns that once distracted you now feel draining. The cycles that once held you now break without effort. Your appetite is changing because your spirit is evolving. Suddenly, your spirit rejects environments that don't align with your purpose. Places you loved now feel heavy. People you once felt comfortable around now irritate your spirit. Conversations that used to excite you now exhaust you. This is not random. This is spiritual surgery. God is removing anything that would contaminate the next version of you. He is cutting away dead weight. He is disconnecting you from cycles that stopped you from growing. He is breaking patterns that you didn't even realize were spiritual traps. This divine intervention may feel disruptive, but it is sacred. It is a sign that heaven is preparing you for elevation, and everything incompatible with your calling must go. When heaven shifts, your life must shift with it. That means relationships, habits, environments, and even parts of your identity that once defined you will begin to fall away. You may try to hold on, but God is pulling you forward. You may feel uncomfortable, but the discomfort is divine. It is heaven breaking apart what no longer serves your destiny. You may not understand every change happening right now, but your spirit knows it is necessary. God is freeing you from everything that once limited you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically. He is creating space for new alignment, new connections, new blessings and new opportunities. Chosen one, old cycles are not breaking because you are losing. They are breaking because you are evolving. You are stepping into a higher dimension of purpose and nothing from the lower dimension is allowed to come with you. Chosen one, understand this deeply. The season you are stepping into is not built on chance, coincidence, or randomness. It is the unfolding of a divine plan that has been written over your life long before you even knew who you were. What you are experiencing right now is the strategic hand of God, repositioning you, guiding you, and aligning you with the very destiny He designed for you. Nothing is happening by accident. The people entering your life, the people leaving your life, the sudden ideas rising in your spirit, the unexpected shifts in your desires. These are signs that you are being moved into place for something heaven has been preparing for a long time. You may begin noticing sudden opportunities appearing with no explanation. Doors that were closed for years suddenly opening. Support showing up from unexpected places, resources aligning at just the right moment. These are not lucky breaks. These are divine setups. God is orchestrating your environment so that, when the appointed moment arrives, you will be standing exactly where you need to be with exactly what you need to have. You may find yourself having unexpected conversations, ones that carry a spiritual weight, ones that confirm what your spirit has been sensing, ones that unlock understanding you didn't realize you were missing. God is sending voices of direction, wisdom, and alignment to prepare you for what's coming. You may also notice unusual connections forming. People whose presence feels purposeful, peaceful, and aligned. These individuals are destiny helpers, kingdom connectors, people assigned to walk with you, lift you, encourage you, or unlock new levels of opportunity in your life. At the same time, God is quietly removing anyone who would sabotage your next season. Some people will distance themselves without explanation. Some relationships will fade naturally. Some connections will simply not feel the same. This pruning is protection. God is making room for the new by clearing out the old. You may even feel physically, mentally, or spiritually relocated. Your mindset is shifting. Your priorities are changing. Your heart is releasing things it once clung to. Your spirit is craving deeper alignment. This inner movement is a sign that heaven is realigning your path. Chosen one, hear this with clarity. The warfare you've been facing is not a punishment and it is not a sign that you are failing. It is a sign that you are getting closer to a breakthrough than you have ever been before. Spiritual attacks increase when spiritual promotion is near. The enemy does not fight what is stagnant. He fights what is rising. Recently, you may have felt sudden anxiety out of nowhere, as if something heavy was pressing on your spirit. You may have experienced strange resistance in areas that used to flow smoothly. You may have felt emotional turbulence, waves of sadness, frustration, irritation, or confusion hitting you without warning. None of this is random. This is spiritual warfare, and it is happening because the enemy senses the shift around your life. He sees the movement before you see the full manifestation. He detects angelic activity before you recognize its purpose. He knows heaven is preparing to elevate you, open new doors, and position you for something powerful. And because he cannot stop what God has ordained, he attempts the only strategy left: distraction. That is why old temptations have tried to come back. That is why old mindsets tried to resurface. That is why people from your past suddenly reappeared. That is why confusion tried to cloud your mind. The enemy wants you to question your progress, doubt your worth, sabotage your alignment, and lose focus just before the breakthrough arrives. He hopes the pressure will cause you to retreat. But what he doesn't understand is that the pressure is actually confirming your advancement. The enemy is reacting to what God is doing behind the scenes. You are not imagining it. Your life has become a spiritual battleground because heaven has already made a move in your favor. He cannot stop the shift, but he wants to distract you from recognizing it. If you fail to see what God is doing, you may step out of position. If you step out of position, you may delay what is meant to be delivered. That is why the warfare feels personal. It is designed to shake you spiritually and emotionally. A chosen one, don't forget this truth. Warfare increases right before breakthrough arrives. Pressure intensifies right before blessings manifest. Chaos rises right before clarity drops. Even in Scripture, every major deliverance was preceded by intense spiritual resistance. Whenever heaven prepares to release something powerful, hell reacts violently. The enemy attacks because he sees you stepping into your next dimension and it threatens the territory he once controlled. Instead of fearing the pressure, see it as confirmation. It means the blessing is near. It means the shift is real. It means the enemy is losing his hold. It means God is pushing you into a new realm of authority and purpose. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because you are chosen, because you are rising, because you are aligned with heaven's movement. Chosen one, lift your head. This warfare is not a sign to quit. It is the final sign that breakthrough is about to burst into your life. This shift is aligning you with your purpose, your calling, your kingdom assignment, your next level of influence, and the version of you that God intended all along. Everything you lost was part of the design. Everything you endured shaped you for this moment. Everything that broke you was preparing you to hold the blessing without breaking again. Your spiritual maturity increased, your discernment sharpened, your faith stretched, your capacity widened. You are not stepping into your destiny as the person you were. You are stepping in as the person God prepared you to become. You are entering the realm of divine timing. This is the moment when God begins to accelerate things, shift things, and align things in ways that no human could orchestrate. You will find yourself in the right places, meeting the right people at the right time because heaven is guiding your every step. Your steps are being ordered with precision. God is positioning you strategically like a master builder placing the final stones. Every piece is coming together. Every delay was divine preparation. Every closed door was protection. Every redirection was guidance. Heaven is arranging things in your favor right now. Pieces moving behind the scenes. People being guided toward you. Opportunities being shaped specifically for you. And blessings being prepared with your name attached. Chosen one, hear this with your spirit. What has been shifting in the invisible realm is not going to stay invisible. The spiritual activity surrounding your life has reached a point where it must produce physical results. The shift is not only happening around you, it is about to appear through you, for you, and in your reality. The atmosphere around your life has been changing, preparing, shaking, and aligning. You may not have understood every moment, but everything you've gone through has been building toward this. Your next season of manifestation. Expect sudden blessings. Expect unexpected breakthroughs. Expect divine opportunities that make no sense in the natural. Expect supernatural clarity that settles your spirit and guides your steps. Expect visible change. Change you can see, feel, and testify about. What God has been preparing in the unseen is about to surface in the seen. Things that were once delayed will accelerate. Doors that were closed will swing open. Without effort, answers you prayed for years ago will suddenly appear. Situations that felt stuck will break open in unimaginable ways. This is the moment where prayers you forgot about begin to answer themselves. This is the moment where seeds you planted long ago begin to rise from the soil. This is the moment where prophecies spoken over your life begin to take shape. This is the moment where promises that felt distant suddenly become your reality. You may experience divine alignment that feels effortless, connections coming together flawlessly, opportunities unfolding gracefully, blessings landing exactly when your spirit is ready to receive them. This season is not about striving. It is about stepping into alignment with what has already been written for you. The spiritual work has already been done. The warfare has already built your strength. The pruning has already purified your heart. The preparation has already matured your spirit. Now, manifestation must follow spiritual alignment. Heaven has already shifted. Now the physical world must catch up. In this season, you will witness relationships restored, finances elevated, purpose clarified, burdens lifted, paths opened, and identity strengthened. Everything that once felt out of reach will begin to come toward you. Everything that was once confusing will begin to make sense. Everything that once felt blocked will begin to flow. This is not just a spiritual shift. This is the beginning of your elevation. God is lifting you into spaces you were once overlooked in. He is magnifying your voice, expanding your influence, and positioning you to walk boldly in your calling. This is the beginning of your restoration. What you lost will return multiplied. What was broken will be rebuilt stronger. What was taken will be replaced with something greater. Generated with https://comade.ai